Here's your news for February 2nd, 2020. We are starting off today with some news from former WWE superstar Ryback, who wants to move on from his legal fight over the rights to his name. In a tweet, Ryback asked WWE, Vince McMahon, and Triple H to let the trademark for his name go, claiming it wasn't created by them, and said that it was petty that they've spent $200,000 to keep the moniker. In an interview with Chris Van Vliet last December, the big guy claimed WWE refiled for the name one day before he was set to get it, and now claims that it will take him 12 to 18 months to get the rights to his name following a text message to WWE's Mark Carrano. The former Intercontinental Champion has said that he would rather not go through the hassle of legal fees, but has said how the current issue means he can't sell merchandise with the Ryback name on it, which will seriously affect his earnings. Ryback, who left WWE in 2016, also claimed that the WWE has filed a trademark for Ryback TV, which he found very odd, and hopefully the two parties involved will be able to come to some sort of an agreement very soon. Though WWE's trademark of Ryback is putting the big guy under financial strain, the company is having its own issues at the moment, following the departure of co-presidents Michelle Wilson and George Barrios. These departures certainly hurt the company on Wall Street, as company stock plummeted and didn't recover much, and the WWE's 2019 fourth quarter earnings review is set to take place this Thursday. According to Brad Shepard, the WWE's PR team is gearing up for some more serious damage control, as they fear the report could cause stock to tumble even more. He said, "A source also told me that WWE PR is on standby after the next quarterly report comes out for damage control. There's an internal belief that shares could drop significantly afterwards." Despite this fall in share price, the WWE still has a lot of money coming in, thanks to both the Saudi Arabian deal and their lucrative TV contracts. Other aspects of the company aren't coming off too well in 2020, from Vince McMahon's fear of a wrestling union to his allegiance with the Saudis, and this series of bad publicity isn't what the chairman wanted, with the relaunch of the XFL just days away. Needless to say that we're all living in a very interesting time in company history. In a separate report by Bloomberg, it's being claimed that WWE's recent financial crisis caused a loss of over $1 billion in market value, and that the stock dropping 28% on Friday certainly won't help. Alan Gold of Loop Capital has said that WWE now has, quote, diminished confidence, a far cry from the time when Wall Street loved the pro wrestling brand. Gold went on to say that Vince McMahon, quote, was not pleased with the result of the international TV deals, and speculated that the boss wanted to reinvest more of the growing cash flow back into the business. Gold and Bloomberg aren't the only names giving bad reviews of WWE, as Brandon Ross, an analyst for Lightshed Partners, said, "Television ratings have crumbled, while engagement metrics across the company's other business units have followed linear TV ratings down. Fans have continuously complained about the quality of the company's content." Eric Handler of MKM Partners took a different approach, saying, "A change in the C-suite does not necessarily mean more bad news is coming, meaning that the WWE could still turn things around. WWE is no stranger to public troubles, thanks to the steroid scandal of the early 90s, the Chris Benoit tragedy, and most recently how concussions have been treated. But now it appears we could be nearing another noteworthy moment in WWE corporate history." Though the departure of Barrios and Wilson has caused a bit of panic in WWE, the company is looking ahead and looking to hire good people. The company is now advertising for several open positions through recruitment company JobHat, and they are getting some prime placement in the ads running on Facebook. Candidates can earn up to $1,200 per paycheck, though the price of living is very high in Stanford, and $2,400 a month wouldn't go far in the city. We'll have to see how many apply for open positions with WWE right now, as the offices are said to be very uncomfortable right now, especially as panic mode is setting in ahead of the 2019 fourth quarter earnings review. We're looking at the WWE Network now, as there was a teased tier system scheduled for January, but that never materialized. While the network has always been $9.99 a month, a free tier now allows fans to watch basic things, though the PW Insider reported that there were plans to launch a second paid tier last week. It said, "They launched the first version, which was the free tier. The paid tier is still in development. They had planned for around Royal Rumble, but they never launched. It's still on the way as far as I know." With the 2019 Q4 earning review this Thursday, that could reveal a lot about how the network has been doing, especially since this will be the first report following NXT being pulled from the WWE network and moved to USA. We've finally got some lighter news for you now, as Otis finally got Mandy Rose to say yes to a date. The heavy machinery star will have to wait until Valentine's Day for his date, but for now, all that he needs is steaks and weights. In a video, Otis got his workout on and said he's getting ready for Valentine's Day, and it looks like the heavyweight won't let anything stand in his way. We'll have to see how his Valentine's Day date goes with Mandy Rose, but it appears that he's keeping his eyes on the prize. One man who knows all about relationships in wrestling is Edge, and in a strange way, the WWE Universe may have AEW to thank for the Rated R Superstar's return. According to the latest reports, the WWE set the wheels in motion for an Edge return last summer, when AEW made the Rated R Superstar an offer to wrestle for them for a few matches a year. A shrewd businessman, Edge took that offer, an estimated $3 million a year, to WWE, and said that he was ready to sign in time for the debut of AEW Dynamite last October, leading WWE to make him the same deal to stay with them. One of the highest deals in company history, Edge's new contract reportedly allows him to wrestle 5 matches and make 25 appearances on TV per year, though the former world champion needs to wrestle at least 3 in order to receive the full amount of his contract. With that said, though, the Wrestling Observer newsletter has claimed that the Hall of Famer will be wrestling and appearing a lot more than that, and fans can get ready to see a lot more spears in 2020. Edge's return at the Royal Rumble also sparked the road to WrestleMania, and though there are plenty of huge matchups in the ring expected to be announced, some at the annual Access seem a bit iffy. For example, NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley is set to appear at Access with Keith Lee, though they are scheduled to be there Sunday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. While that would be fine if neither competes at WrestleMania, Ripley is rumored to be defending her title against Charlotte Flair at the show, and those involved with Mania usually aren't given Access spots the morning of WrestleMania. Those spots are usually left for legends or current superstars not on the card, such as Dean Ambrose last year. Flair herself was slated to be at NXT this week to theoretically start something with Ripley, though that never happened, but perhaps the Queen could appear at NXT TakeOver Portland on February 16th. None of this changes the fact that the Australian is reportedly on the books for WrestleMania, as well as being scheduled for Access on Sunday morning, meaning that the NXT Women's Champion may be a very busy woman on April 5th. Remaining in the women's division yet, and though Ronda Rousey hasn't competed for WWE for nearly a year, fans can expect to see the former Raw Women's Champion back soon enough. Speaking on the After the Bell podcast, the Hot Rod said that her return is coming, which sparked the attention of Dana Brooke, who wants another shot at the baddest woman on the planet. Fans may remember the pair having a match during Rousey's initial run with the company, and now Brooke sent out an Instagram story showing the pair in the ring and wished Rousey a happy birthday, while also including what seemed like a dare for the Hot Rod to face her again. Ronda Rousey is still doing YouTube videos and staying active on Browsy Acres, and though a return to the WWE could be in the cards, she isn't booked for anything for WrestleMania at this moment in time. WWE has plenty of big stuff between now and WrestleMania though, and another match has been added to NXT TakeOver Portland. At the show on February 16, Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox will settle their unfinished business in a street fight, which could be a defining match for both of their careers. At the same show, NXT champion Adam Cole will defend his title against Tommaso Ciampa, while his Undisputed Era cohorts will defend their titles against the Broserweights. Rhea Ripley will put her NXT Championship on the line against Bianca Belair, Johnny Gargano will look for revenge against Finn Balor, and now the Nox-Kai street fight has been added to the show. From NXT to SmackDown now, as Daniel Bryan lost to The Fiend at the Royal Rumble, and this is something that the former world champion will be addressing next week. It could be an interesting road to WrestleMania for Wyatt, but before the showcase of the Immortals, The Fiend will have to go through Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia first. In a bizarre tweet by our Universal Champion, Wyatt says he forgives Daniel for what's happened, and they'll always have the Rumble. The Fiend didn't show up this week on SmackDown, but a new Firefly Funhouse is also promised for next week, as many reports are speculating that the monstrous champion will be turning his attention to Roman Reigns next. One man who knows all about high-profile matches at WrestleMania is Triple H, and this week, the game took to Twitter to thank Rob Gronkowski for his beach party ahead of Super Bowl 54. The beach party had plenty of guests, according to the photos, including both Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, Gronkowski and his girlfriend Camille Kostek, WWE superstar and 24/7 champion Mojo Rawley, New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick, and his girlfriend Linda Holliday. The McMahon family and the Patriots organization have been friendly for many years, so it's no surprise to see them hanging out together in Miami before the biggest game of the year, which will take place later today. And finally today we've got a blast from the past, as the former WWE Tag Team Crime Time have teased reuniting in 2020. Fans may remember the pair before Shad Gaspard was released in 2010, followed by JTG in 2014, but both have been active in the years since. Shad recently had a small role in the upcoming Birds of Prey film from DC Comics, while JTG also has his own app he's plugging. Despite being out of the WWE for years, both men remain in great shape, and recently Gaspard posted a pic of the pair from 2007 and another from 2020, showing that both men are ready to return to the ring. With fans being so eager to trash the modern-day product, nostalgia is a very profitable business, and a return by the pair to WWE could certainly get older fans excited. With that said, certain aspects of the characters may need to be toned down for our modern-day standards, as even before their debut many years ago, the company had to put out a statement trying to refute claims of racial stereotyping by having two African-American characters commit illegal acts on TV. Whether Crime Time will return to TV remains to be seen, but if the Dirt Sheet can reunite after a decade apart from each other, it seems anything is possible in the tag team division.